Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to today's PJs and coffee time chit chat video. I have had a lot of trouble with this one. I have recorded it umpteen times and deleted it umpteen times. So here we are, literally at last minute, recording this video. So this is going to have to work. But I will apologize because they are doing some serious work outside of the apartments today, and there is a lot of noise that you might hear in the background, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be today. We're just gonna go with it because this video needs to go up tomorrow morning. In case you don't know, what was that? I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be funny today. In case you all don't know, my goal is to record and have up live for you a PJs and Coffee Time video the last Sunday of every month going forward. The holiday seasons may get a little bit tricky. So why do I start this like right before the holidays? Who knows why I do some of the things that I do, but I do them. And also, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I just wanted to throw a little shout out there for all of my survivors out there, including myself. I was diagnosed in 2020 with breast cancer, and I became cancer-free also in 2020. I became cancer-free fairly quick, and I am doing great right now. Thank God. Things are looking very, very well for me, and I am feeling very, very blessed. This month means a lot to me. I know through doing my YouTube, through going to the clinic and getting my treatment, the hospital, there's so many people that were so much more worse off than me. Some of them are still struggling even to this day. I would like for you, if you could just take a moment right now, go down in the comments section, comment a little pink heart, pink balloons, the words BC, I'm a survivor, family survivor, whatever, just something to show a little love out there to anybody that may happen to click on this video. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Also, just to remind you, please make sure you're getting your mammograms. Make sure you're doing your breast exams. Touch those girls. Touch them daily. Show them love by taking care of them. And I also wanted to show you all this cute little mug. Actually, all the videos that I recorded prior to this one, I was literally drinking my coffee in this mug. I use this mug pretty much for most part of the month of October. It's one that I got from the $1.25 store. Cancer picked the wrong girl, which, yeah, cancer picked the wrong girl when cancer decided to pick me because I'm a survivor and I'm a fighter. Love that for me. But today I happen to be drinking my coffee out of this little Eat, Drink, and Be Scary mug. It is a Halloween mug because when you watch this, we're down to the last hours before Halloween. Halloween is on Monday, October the 31st. So happy Halloween, everyone. I have on my little pumpkin earrings. Today, you're just getting me looking really, really rough. You're getting me with my hair up, tossed to the side, looking pretty rough. I brushed my teeth, of course, and all that stuff. But girl just got up this morning, had coffee. Almost finished my coffee, actually, because of all the noise that was going on outside. I was trying to wait until it kind of subsided a little bit. But then at the same time, I just really wanted to get this video up. So I decided, okay, I think they moved on to the other side of the complex. So maybe it won't be quite as bad. So we're just gonna go with it this morning. Let's get into a few housekeeping rules. Grab a beverage. It can be coffee, tea, water, wine, whatever makes you happy. Anything that brings you joy, put it in a mug, put it in a glass, whatever it takes, do it. If you need a snack, grab yourself a snack. Because as you all know, I can get very long-winded. I'm not having a snack. I actually just do some stuff in my cart for Target because I am kind of feeling like I want some noodle pasta type soup type of thing going on today. So I've got a concoction in my head that I'm going to make myself. So when I get done with this video, hopefully my cart will be ready and I can run pick it up and get started on that. That's my plan for my snack for today. And of course, make sure you're comfortable. I am wearing this cute little robe. I got it from Amazon. I purchased it with a gift card that was gifted to me from one of my subscribers, CW. Love this for me. This robe is so relaxing. It's so comfortable. It's so soft. I do have my PJs underneath it. I think these are the same PJs I wore in my last PJs and Coffee Time video. So I do have more than one pair of PJs, I promise you. This is just what I had on today. And again, like I said, I've recorded this video umpteen times. And so now we're just going with whatever we can go with. I don't want to do any extras. I just want to get this video recorded and up for you all to see on time tomorrow. Okay, so we're just gonna get right into it now. I'm literally hoping that it's gonna be quiet for me to get through this video. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm gonna be talking today about friendships. I chose this topic because I am in a place now where I feel that I'm in the best possible way able to have some of my best possible friends, and I can be an even better friend than I have been in the past. Like, I can't say that I really don't think I was a good friend to anyone, because I really feel like I have prided myself on always being a good friend, but now I feel like I can be a better friend because I'm going to be more cognizant of the friends that I choose, so I don't have to worry about some of the things that may have gone on in my past, because I'm not even going to be your friend in the first place. That sounded a little weird when I said that, and it may have even sounded a little cold. And that's not my intentions. I didn't mean it to sound cold. That's just where I am in life. I've not had the best luck with friends over the years. I grew up with a very normal childhood, had great friends in school. Of course, went through a few arguments with friends. Some of us, we never spoke again. Some of us, we had little arguments and then we became friends again. I've got wonderful friends from my childhood that I still hold true and dear to me, from that I grew up with. We don't see each other every day because obviously we don't live in the same place, but those are my sacred friends, that we are there for each other no matter what. And we know that we are not going to be day-to-day friends, but we are in each other's lives forever. I don't put those in the same category with this. I don't know, it's just different for me. Over the years of being an adult and being in the military world, and then being in the single world, married again world, and now kind of like semi-single, semi-married type of thing, because if you don't know, my husband lives in another state. I live here in San Antonio. We're still married and we are making this work. Again, takes me to that whole thought process on friendships and where I am now and how I want to be a friend and have friends. I have also shared on my channel quite a bit. I have recently come encounter with a new friend. Her name is Molly, and I've been very excited, and I think I've been very openly excited by sharing that with you all. And I've also shared one of my closest friends, and that is my friend Terry. She's been on my vlogs. You all know her very well. Terry is a friend that came to me by lieu of being an employee. And over the years, we just grew together as a family. We are literally entwined. We are very, very close. I don't know that there could be anything that could happen between the two of us that would tear us apart. We get each other, we click. Do we see everything the same? No, we don't. But we are mature enough people to know that we can agree to disagree. And on certain topics, we just don't get into it because we know that our thought process is not the same. We don't really get into, I don't want to say fights because that sounds so harsh, but we don't get into major disagreements. We will, when we realize that we're going in that direction as to what she believes in versus what I believe in, or whatever, then we just kind of pause ourselves and we're like, yep, that's one of those things that we just don't agree on. So I value my friendship with Terry so much. I love her. She's just been so wonderful to me. And I hope that she would be able to say the same about me, because I know that I would do anything in the world for her. And I love having her in my life. I love doing things with her, going places with her. She's just a wonderful person. So that being said, how did Molly come into my life? And why is it that I feel that she is such a great friend when I've only known her for a short time? I'm sitting here telling you all about the fact that I've had some rough times with friendships in my day. And you may wonder, here you are knowing somebody for literally a few weeks or a month or so, and you're all in awe of her. And the reason why I can share this with you all is because of all the friendships that I've had come and go in my life. I found myself, especially when I got to this phase in my life where I am right now. I'm 57 years old. I don't necessarily want a lot of friends. The friends that I have in my life, I want them to bring me joy and nothing but joy. Even if we don't agree on something, I I still want to be able to find the joy in the friendship. I want it to be a mutual turf friendship. I want them to give to me as I give to them. And we're not talking monetary. I'm just talking give and love and caring and understanding and being there for each other. I want it to be a back and forth type of thing. I don't want it to be monitored, to be where like, oh, you did this for me and now I got to do this for you, or vice versa. I just want loving and caring friendships in my life. Again, friendships that bring me joy. I began praying to God for that type of friend. I started praying once I got moved into this new place, and I just found myself wanting that. I felt like I was kind of like in this in-between stage of life. I was bouncing back from my breast cancer. I was starting to feel healthier, wanting to do things. I also, coming off of a pandemic, it was getting back out there into the real world again, going places and doing things. And so while I love my friend Terry, I realized that there are some things that we do not do together because it's not comfortable for her. And again, because she's my best friend in the whole wide world, I would never want to do anything that would not bring her joy. I needed someone else in my life to fill that gap. And recently, well, I say recently, it wasn't recently, but I did share with y'all a few, I don't know, I guess it's been a few years ago now, 2 years ago, maybe even 3. The pandemic still throws me off when I think in terms of how long something's been. But I lost a very good friend. I shared a video on YouTube about the breakup of the friend. Like it was like going through a divorce. And she is a friend that I'd had basically since I moved here to San Antonio. I will say that we are in the process of rekindling that friendship now. We're taking baby steps. We're getting to being in each other's company. We're chatting more on the phone. We're seeing each other. We've gone out a few times to have a happy hour or to get a bite to eat. I, in fact, spoke with her a little while ago on the phone. There again, that friendship would still be even different than the friendship that I was praying for. I like live music. I like going out to various places. I like to be a little bit spontaneous in the sense that, you know, oh, it's Friday night. Let's figure out where we can go enjoy the evening. I'm not a drinker. I don't really care whether the person was a drinker, but I just kind of wanted them to be on the same level with me in the sense of wanting to have a good time, but not like being just out there in the streets, so to speak. I started praying and I was asking God to send me that person. And lo and behold, God sent her to me. And I am so forever thankful, and I feel so forever blessed because she is vibrant and young. She has that vibrant side of her that makes me feel vibrant and make me feel young. And so I am loving it and I'm going forth with it. We can literally get into each other's presence and we can just share back and forth. And it's so magical. It's just wonderful. So I'm so thankful for having her in my life now as a friend. In fact, last night we were sitting in the car coming back from Chicken and Pickle, and we were talking about how we're both on that same page of being so happy and so thankful to have each other in our lives. She's new to San Antonio. She spent a lot of her life in Mexico. And so just how we both needed each other in our lives at the same time. Getting back to talking about the lessons that I've learned and how I am where I am now and why it's so important. When I spoke of a friend that I lost and we had been best friends for a long time, I realized actually when we had that argument, and I say we very sparingly because I didn't have the argument, but I realized at the moment, listening to some of the things that she was saying, light bulb went off in my head. And I realized one of the major things that I was doing as a friend that I cannot do anymore. I was allowing anybody that was my friend to totally dictate anything and everything that we were going to do. If they wanted to go here, I went here with them. If they didn't want to be there, I left. I catered to their every need. They never, or very rarely, would they give back to me what I was giving. And I realized that that's what caused that friendship to blow up. And so in that, I started to realize I really needed to change how I was. I realized that some of the things that I was sharing with this friend were being shared outside of she and I. And I learned that, got to be real cautious of who you share what with. as if I didn't learn this already, because obviously I didn't, because I was still sharing. Now, I do think that I was sharing with this person and thinking that we were never going to share anything outside of our circle. And I can't say that things were shared that were, the things that were shared weren't some of our deepest, darkest things, but the way it was shared is basically like making me come across as a, I don't want to say bad person, but made me come across as maybe not the person that I really am. We'll leave it at that. I knew going forward that anybody that came into my circle, I had to be very careful with, because I don't want that same type of behavior. Again, I only wanted to surround myself now with people that bring me joy. January of 2020, prior to the world shutting down, prior to breast cancer. And it's amazing to me that how God will prepare us for certain things. And I do think that God was bracing me and preparing me for this life that I have now. He was getting me ready to be able to power through cancer and survive through a pandemic. You know, he was bracing my stability, my mind, my body, and my soul. And it's why I am able to sit here on this bed right now and be able to have this conversation with you, looking a hot mess and not even fearing what someone might say or think that I need to look a certain way to be sitting here on this camera. Like, I am being very in the raw, very real, and very true to you. This is a Saturday morning, and this is how I look, and this is how I feel. So I remember sitting in church. It was the first Sunday of the year of 2020. I felt something come over me that I have never felt before in my life. I was still hovering over some things in my life, like the loss of my friend. I was still struggling back and forth in my head. Why did our friendship end? I still was struggling, trying to figure out. There was a part of me that wanted to know what I did that was so wrong. I kept looking for ways in my head to put the blame on me. And then I remember sitting there in church, and I remember, like, it was like God put his hand on my shoulder and said, what you need to do is let go of those type of emotions. You need to let go of feeling like you have to be the it for everybody that you meet. You were gifted a gift that people will share and come to you. I gave you that gift, but you don't have to feel responsible for being there for every single person and doing everything that they need you to do. You need to make sure that you're treating yourself with the same respect that you're giving out to others. And at that moment, I was able to just let it go. I remember thinking, you know what? It's okay. I forgive her and I forgive me. I will no longer be caught in that web that I feel that I have to run to the phone if you call me, or text back within seconds if you text me, that I need to drop what I'm doing and be there for you. I need to also drop what I'm doing and be there for me. So I just saw things so differently. And even with the other friendship that I shared with you on YouTube that I lost, she was someone that I met through YouTube. I had to learn how to let that one go gracefully. I had to learn not to spend my time worrying about what I could have possibly done to make her react to me so hatefully. What I realized is I didn't do anything to make her react to me hastily, but I was placing the burden on myself, feeling responsible, feeling like I needed to be the one to analyze it and make it better. Even if she never spoke to me again, I felt in my head that I needed to do that. And God released me from all of those emotions. Just, I let it go. Like he just said, you know, let it all go, put it behind you. And the life that you go forward with will be a life that you will be better within yourself, and you will give to yourself everything that you deserve. And even in my marriage, I had to learn that as well. I had to be a friend to myself in my marriage. And that one was a hard one, because I've shared with you all, and there will be videos to come. I'm going to get a little bit more detailed. I have been in a marriage, my marriage now, for 17 years. And it has been a struggle for a lot of that 17 years. I am in a place now where the struggle has lightened, the burden has lightened, And I am in a much happier place. There's still much more things to come with that, things that are to be worked on. By the grace of God, things have gotten so much better. But I had to learn to be a friend to myself for this marriage to even work. Because again, I was given everything I had. I was making all the sacrifices. You say go here, I agree. I would say I want to be over here, but then you say, but I want you to come over here. And there I go, trotting my little self on over to that side, whatever it was that you wanted me to do. I never spoke up and said, but no, I don't want to go there. I want to go here. I want to do this. And once I learned to do that, it was like an epiphany. Like I was just like free. And even with my husband saying to me the other night, he realized that he made so many things just about him and he left me out of the equation. But can I blame him for that when I was allowing myself to be left out of the equation? I really can't. Yes, it was wrong of him, but it was also wrong of me to allow myself to be manipulated that way. And I've done that with friendships over the years. And so it is now that I am just free of all that. It is now that I really I've always enjoyed my time at home alone, but now I really enjoy, like when I go out with a friend, I enjoy that, but I'm equally as happy when I come back home because I'm my own best friend. I cater to me. I look for the joy in who I am and accepting that, some things, they're not me anymore. And that's another thing. I have changed. I no longer really care about having some of the conversations with other people that I used to have. I have put all of that behind me and I'm living a new and better life. So those conversations I don't even want to indulge in. And that's another one of those where I don't have to worry about sharing so much. I don't care to have those conversations anymore. And it's just it's such a great feeling. It feels really good to be able to choose my friends in a different way and to enjoy the conversations that I enjoy with my friends now and the way that I enjoy the conversations. And yes, we still get deep. Yes, we still talk about some crazy things. And I do know that there is that circle of friends that we do cherish and hold our conversations sacred. There are so many things that we leave out now that we just don't talk about. And it's okay. It's great not to talk about them. And I think of the friendship I had with my long-term friend and how we actually went, I know it was at least 2 years. I almost want to think it was 3 years, but I think it was 2 years because now we've been on the mends of being back friends for about a year. So I think technically it was like 2 years that we weren't friends and we weren't speaking, we were not anything. And this was a friend that I spent almost every day with. And so it was something to lose that. But now with us rekindling our friendship, it's so interesting and seeing that new side of our friendship. It's so interesting seeing how if I feel like doing it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. I don't even worry about it. I don't give it a second thought as to, do I need to stop what I'm doing and make sure that I'm attentive? Because if I'm in the middle of doing something, I know my heart is in it and I will get to you as soon as I can. And I'm not worried about it. Like I'm not fearful that, oh my God, are you going to stop talking to me again if I don't rush right over or rush to pick up the phone? I'm very secure in that. And it feels good to be in that moment of just knowing that it's okay now. I feel like I'm probably kind of repeating myself a lot. I am just pouring out my thoughts and my feelings literally from within right now. Like I said, a lot of it is crunch time because I was forced to just say, okay, girl, you need to record this video and you need to do it now. Please forgive me if it really sounds like I'm all over the place because I think I really am all over the place. But I'm speaking from my heart. And when I speak from my heart, I realize that I don't necessarily always make sense. I open my mouth and allow God to speak for me. And this is God literally telling me how to share this information with you all. And so that's what we're doing. When I went through the breakup with the friend that I met via the internet, I actually wanted to get off YouTube after that. And I think I shared that with you all. There was a part of me that felt so hurt by that, that I didn't want to trust that anybody else could be my friend on YouTube, that I felt like maybe everybody was out to get me in some random way. And then again, it is amazing what God will do, because through me doing that video, I had some people to reach out to me and share with me. They understood where I was coming from. They didn't want me to get off YouTube. And I have met some other most amazing people that I've never met before. And we don't have deep, dark conversations with each other, but we have very uplifting conversations with each other. We share how our day is going. We may share, a few family issues that we're having, but we're sharing them in that way of knowing that God's going to help us turn it around. We're sharing them in a very positive way. And I'm so thankful for having the opportunity to meet people in a virtual way that we can be uplifting to each other. So that's another type of friendship circle that I love and respect, because sometimes when I'm feeling really alone, I pick up the camera and I talk. And I know that when I pick up the camera and I talk, that you all are going to talk back to me. And see, I can get teary-eyed when I say this, because you all have done that for me. You have uplifted me when I felt like I was just alone. I get text message from people that genuinely feel that I am helping uplift them. And that feels good to me. That feels wonderful. So I love this new me. I love the person that I'm becoming. And I love the way that I have just decided to only have things in my life that bring me joy, including my friends. Like, I have a friend that lives in Ireland. I call her my friend. I've never met her. And God willing, maybe we will meet one day. But she's beautiful and she's loving and she's caring. And I am so, so thankful for the emails that she sent me. I'm so thankful for the comments that she put on my Instagram, the comments that she put here on my videos when I post. Like, I am so, so thankful for that viral world that God has brought into my world. And just to think that from one incident, I wanted to let it go. I was feeling very hurt. But then again, I thought, what is it that you did wrong in that? Is you became too trusting. You became too sharing. And you were out in that friendship, giving and giving and giving. You weren't listening to the writing on the wall. You weren't listening to how that person spoke about people in their lives. Because when you do that, if you listen and you hear it, you will hear the writing on the wall. You will heed the warning signs. You will know to bow out gracefully. And I wasn't doing that. So again, was I partially responsible for what happened to me and that friendship? Yes, I was. Because I played a role in that. And I had to admit that. I had to own up. And owning up to all the things that I have done wrong in lieu of being a friend to others, I am where I am now. I kind of struggled on the thought of ruling certain people out that I've already been friends with. I really couldn't think of anybody that I just wanted to just completely rule out and say, okay, I'm cutting ties with you completely. I don't feel like you necessarily have to cut ties with someone completely. I was kind of on the fence when I would talk to God, have that conversation with God about wanting only have friends in my life to bring me joy. I was questioning some of the people that were in my life, and that they weren't bringing me hardship or making me feel any type of a way, but were they really bringing me joy? And then I realized, as long as they weren't causing me harm or causing me pain and distress, that some people are in your life to kind of carry you through certain moments, and they're not meant to be your core friends. They're not to be friendships that you bring inside that close circle of yours. They're the ones that were meant to be on that day. They may need to be uplifted by something you do, or vice versa. You may need to be uplifted by something they do. So those friends, it's okay to still have them in your life. They're bringing you joy. They're just not bringing you that joy on that day-to-day basis. They're not the friend that you're going to pick up and call or text every day. They're that friend that you're going to just be there when that moment presents itself. I have acknowledged, am grateful for that type of friendship. I have been able to prioritize and understand all the levels of the friendships that I have, ranging from the experiences that I've had in my past and knowing what I can and cannot or will not allow in my life in the present and going forward. When I think of what it's like to have to let go of a friend, if there's a friend that you know that you need to let go, you don't have to let go of a friend in an angry way. You can let go of a friend by just coming to an agreement, agreeing to disagree, and bowing out gracefully, leaving that door open to where maybe we can come back at a later time. We're in different places in our lives and we can be friends. But right now, in this moment, we're just not meant to be. We're just not meant to hang out. We're just not meant to do those things together. I have a friend that was a friend during and I'm going to still call her a friend because she is a friend. She's just not a friend that's active in my life right now. But when I went through my divorce with my son's father, she was my single friend. She was my friend that taught me how to survive in that single world that I knew nothing about, because I went from being with my mommy and my daddy to being a wife, a mom. I didn't know anything other than. And now I was out here in the single world, in the divorce world, needing to meet some people. And this was that girl that God put in my life. And we went in with fun things, and she showed me so many wonderful things, and we had our ups and downs. There was a lot of jealousy going on in there, not on my part, but there was some things happening in that friendship that was toxic. Again, did I contribute a role in that? I did, because again, there I was allowing certain things to happen. At that time, did not realize just how indebted I was to making a friendship work, doing whatever it took to make a friendship work, regardless to what it took from me, regardless if I was drained at the end. I was dedicated to making that friendship work. One day, it kind of like came to a head. There was a blow up, and we didn't talk for a long time. I wasn't angry. I was hurt, but not angry. And then lo and behold, our paths crossed again, and we were able to talk to each other. We never got close after that. We never flocked in that same circle again. And even now, we will run into each other from time to time out shopping. We will have a great conversation with each other, and we'll even mention that we should get together and have lunch. Now, I don't know that we will ever actually do it, because I think when we say it, our intentions are there. Like, we think in terms of we would love to do that. But then I think we both realize that we're in different parts of our lives now. It probably wouldn't work. We probably would not be able to really be, for sure it wouldn't be like it used to be. I don't know that we are where we would need to be in order to indulge in a friendship at this point. But I still call her my friend, because I will say, if we were to engage in a lunch or dinner, or even maybe go to a happy hour somewhere, I think I would enjoy it. It just wouldn't be something that would happen very often. Or if she called me and she needed a friend for whatever reason, I would definitely be there, but I would not be all hands in like I was before. And I think I've probably pretty much regurgitated a lot of things out to you all today. And I think that's what I really wanted to do with this video. I just wanted to regurgitate my feelings. I wanted to get it out of my body, because I am in such a happy place right now. Part of me being in this happy place right now is having these friendships, and having God to present me with a person like Molly, and having God to continue to bless me with a person like Terry, a person that's in my life hardcore, and even being able to have a friend come back into my life, a friend that I was friends with 30 some years, having her to come back in my life and being able to appreciate this new side of our friendship, this new way of being friends, that we can chat on the phone and we may or may not hang out for a month, who knows? But it's not anything that's forced. It's just something that we allow to happen very naturally. And I'm just at a place where this just feels good, and it feels right for me to be able to sit here and do this video. I share with you all quite often in my vlogs, in my day-to-day. I am just a person, I am very real. I share part of my life with you all. I allow God to guide me in many of the things that I do here on this channel. Hence why it does kind of sometimes seem like it's a chaotic mess, but it's my chaotic mess, and I love and respect it. And I thank you all for loving and respecting the mess that I make out of my channel. I feel like there is probably someone that will click on this video and they can be going through some of the same things that I've shared with you all, that I've gone through, and I may even still go through again, because even though I know that I've identified with certain things, I also know that I'm not exempt from making a mistake. I'm not exempt from maybe missing something that I should see. I do know that I definitely look for the writing that's on the wall now. I read between the lines, and when I choose these people that bring into my life, I am looking very thoroughly at looking and listening very thoroughly what they're putting out there and knowing whether or not I want them in my life. So if I had to say anything to anybody that's going through something right now, just be cognizant of what you're hearing and seeing when someone is speaking of being a friend. And I also will say before I go, the older we get, it can get scary sometimes when we think of friendships. We are getting older. We think of like having that friend that's going to be there for us through those hard times of aging. And that can get pretty scary, because when you choose that circle of friends, you do want that friend to be where if you called them and you said, hey, I'm having a really bad day, maybe my arthritis is bothering me, maybe, my blood pressure's up, maybe, whatever illness that we're having, I'm going through cancer, whatever it is, and you have to call that friend up, and you need that friend to be able to be there and to embrace you with the love and understanding and help you get through it. That can be really scary to think that you don't want to go through anything like that alone. You want to have friends. And I've mentioned on my channel, I talked about people, like we're at that phase of life where we're seeing people pass away. I mean, yes, people can pass away at any phase of our lives, but when we get to a certain age, sometimes it can be almost overwhelming, because we see people just passing away almost on a like day by day, and it can be very scary. So you think of, I need certain type of friends in my life, Lord, and we can ask and we can get really scared. So sometimes that can make us want to gravitate or reach out and grab people hastily and not pay attention to what they're saying. So while we were one way when we were younger, we were young and naive and we're just letting people into our lives, we can kind of almost be on the flip side of that when we're getting older, because for different reasons, but the result would end up being the same. So just be careful, be cognizant. I know that's where I am now. It's okay to be your own best friend and to love yourself before you love yourself as your own friend, and then worry about maybe bringing somebody into that circle as your friend after you love and respect yourself and know your limitations and know what you need and want to come back to you, as need to know and need what you need to give out in a friendship. That was a little bit weird. I don't know if I said that right, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close now. I see that my Target order is ready. I hope you enjoyed this coffee time chit chat. I do want to remind you again, my goal is to post this type of video the last Sunday of every month going forward. Again, bear with me through the holidays. Also post videos every Saturday. It's usually just me sharing random days in my life, different things that I go through, shopping, whatever. It's really truly just me vlogging and just sharing. I hope you do definitely take the time to subscribe, and I hope you have stuck around, and I hope that if you like this video, you will be willing to give it a thumbs up. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.